My name is Urmila Nivangune. Today's date is 10th of February 2022 and today's topic is for loop, while loop and do while loop. Before starting each one of loops, we'll see why these loops are required. When we write a program for printing hello world on console or on output window, then we have to write one line code, that is system dot out dot println, and in bracket the message we want to print. It is possible when we want to write it for one time or for 5 time 10 time, but when we want to print the same message for 1,000 time for 100 time, then it is difficult or lengthy. It is not possible to write 1,000 line of code. Instead of writing the 1,000 line of code, we can use looping statements. Looping statements are used for repeat the action. When we want to do the same action for various times or for more times, then we can use loops. Loops are also known as control statements, as we can control the flow of program by using loops. The loops are known as control statement. So we'll see all the loops one by one. First one is for loop. When we have to write more number of code, then we can use for loop. The syntax of for loop is for in open and close parenthesis, data type and initialization. Then second one is data initialization, semicolon, then condition, and then increment or decrement operator in open and close brackets, the body of for loop. For example, we want to print hello for 5 times, then we'll write code such as for int I equal to 0, I is less than 5, and I plus plus in brackets in SOP hello. So it initialize the process by 0 index, and then writes, and then uh, checks the condition. If condition is true, then executes the body and increment decrement operator. So this is all about for loop. Then next one is while loop. While loop, we just, when we don't know exact uh, iterations, then we will use while loop. In while loop, for example, uh, syntax for while loop is while in bracket condition, and in open and close curly brackets the body of while loop. For example, uh, when we use while loop when we don't know exact iterations. For example, while printing uh, same program, that is hello, for n times, then we don't know exactly the iterations are given by user. Then we can just use I is our integer, initializes the integer first, then write while loop, and in open and close parenthesis I is less than n. That means we are iterating the loop for uh, when I is less than n, and on every iteration we are incrementing I. So this is all about while loop. Then third one is do while loop. Do while loop is used when it is a very important uh, uh, loop concept. In that do while loop, we first checks the uh, we first executes the problem, or we first executes the code and then writes or checks the condition. The syntax for do while loop is do in bracket statements we want to execute, and then when we close the bracket or body of loop, then uh, instantly we can check the condition in while loop. So uh, when we use do while loop, the iteration, at least one iteration must executes as condition is present at the end of loop. So this is all about looping statements, all control statements. Thank you.